Welcome back to the Boot Tragedies, man. Today we're going to talk about them Pelicans. They got it done. They got it done. They will be in the play-in game. And I'm going to tell you why they have a super, good chance of making the playoffs, actually. They're probably going to end up at the 9 seed, can possibly be the 10 seed, but whatever seed they are, they will be playing the Spurs. They will play the Spurs for that first play-in game. The Clippers have a 4-game lead on the Pelicans. There's no way we can catch them to get to that 8 spot. So we will be that 9 or 10 spot, 1 game ahead of the San Antonio Spurs with just a couple games to go. Hopefully we can get this home game. Everybody get healthy and let's rock and roll. We can't, rest players because we want to get that home game. So definitely want to just keep playing it out. Secure this number 9 seed and get a home game against the Spurs, which will be a very, very winnable game. They played the Kings last night, and man, shout out to Jackson Hayes. Had an absolute great game. Val missed, but Jackson Hayes just had a super good game, man. 23 points, 12 rebounds, 2 for 3 from three-point land, 10 for 14 from the field. CJ McCollum also 23 points, 5 assists, 4 rebounds, 4 steals. Brandon Ingram 17 points, 8 assists, 7 rebounds. Good game. Devontae Graham 14 points off the bench. Trey Murphy 14 points off the bench, 4 for 4 from three-point land. Absolutely amazing. Larry Nance, 10 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists off the bench. Man, the bench came to play. The starters came to play. Real good win against the Kings. A very winnable game. The Kings are tanking. It's no way you should lose to them. But still have to win that game. Still have to show up, win that game. The rest of the schedule, they have Portland Trail Blazers, Memphis, who will be resting, and Golden State, who probably will not play that last game. So I think if we win 2 of those games, we secure that number 8 spot. We should, or not number 8, number 9 spot. We should win those 2 games. The Spurs are in, so the Spurs may start resting players as well. We need to win that game against the Spurs, and that leaves us 1 more game to get in the playoffs if we can beat the Spurs. And if I'm looking at it, I know the Timberwolves have a much better record than everybody in the play-in game, but I think the Clippers will beat them. I think the Clippers are getting healthy now. Paul George is back. That team is looking good. They've been resting players for the last 2 weeks. They'll be ready to go to win 1 playoff game to get in that playoffs to be the number 7 seed. And I think they'll like their chances if they get there, man. Being the 7 seed is going to be much better than being the 8 seed in this playoffs. If you're the 7 seed, you get Memphis. Memphis is no slouch. But if you're number 8 seed, you get Phoenix. Now, the Pelicans' only hope is to get Phoenix. However, when you're number 9 seed and you're really not supposed to be in the playoffs, beggars cannot be choosers. So for the Pels' sake, we could only play Phoenix. Hopefully, I would rather probably the Timberwolves than the Clippers in a must-win game if we beat the Spurs. I would just much rather the Timberwolves. I think they're easier to beat. The Clippers have a lot of shooting, and Paul George is now back. But if we play the Clippers, I like our chances as well, to beat them. The Pels are hot right now, man. The Pels are playing well. They're playing good. Hopefully, we can get, lock this 8 seed, not 8. Keep saying 8 seed because, my mind's on the playoffs. But we can lock this 9 seed up. Get this home game and beat the Spurs. Spurs won't be an easy win. We've had some battles with them. It won't be an easy game to win nonetheless, but I think we're playing well, man. I think we can get over that hump and beat them. CJ McCollum's playing well. Brandon Ingram's finally healthy, playing well. Val, should be healthy and should play in that game. Jackson Hayes is coming along. So the team is rocking and rolling. The bench is playing well, so very, very good chance to make the playoffs, man. Just have to win 2 games in a row. Shout out to Willie Green, man, doing this with no Zion, not 1 minute this year. I know he's traveling with the team. I know he's super close to playing. Don't think he'll play this season. It's 3 games left. Hey, you never know. It's 5 days. He's been playing, not playing, but he's been practicing, doing one-on-ones, traveling with the team. Obviously, by that dunk video, he can play basketball right now. I think it's just more of the pounding on his foot, constant pounding, running up and down the court, which will probably be problematic for him. So I'm just going to assume he's not going to play. But you never know, man. He may get clear for the playoffs if we make it. And he may be able to give you 10 minutes a game, 15 minutes a game. I promise you that'll be better than nothing. Not going to expect him to come out there and play 38 minutes and be a dominant player. But if he can give you 10 solid minutes off the bench, it may be the best thing for him. But we'll see. I'm not getting my hopes up on that. And we have to win some games before we get to that point anyway. And last but not least, let's talk about them Lakers. This is not a Lakers channel, but Lakers fans always think they're the big brother or the older, cousin or uncle to the NBA, especially to the Pels. They think they won the AD trade because they got a fake bubble ring. But look, have fun at the crib, Anthony Davis. Have fun at the crib. You will not be in a play-in game. It's Anthony Davis, LeBron James, Carmelo Anthony, Russell Westbrook, Dwight Howard, Trevor Ariza, all these Hall of Fame type players. Not Trevor Ariza, obviously, but all these Hall of Fame type players. Thought they were going to win it with experience, etc. Couldn't even get a top 10 seed in the West. Absolutely horrible. Absolutely sucked. And the Pels had a major part of doing that, beating them, two out of 3 games they had in their schedule. They're like on a 6-game losing streak. They just folded. They shit the bed. And the Pels have a lot to do with that. So shout out to the Pels, man, knocking the Lakers out the playoffs, basically. And as a wise man once said, that's all, folks. But as always, man, it's the boot tragedies, and I'm out.